Covering the Universal Orlando Resort for 6 years, you are listening to the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 250. This is our anniversary episode tied in with our Semiquincentennial episode. Woo! I actually googled that to find out what 250 actually was, and apparently it is a Semiquincentennial.
All right.
So 6 years, 250 episodes brings us to this point. And joining me for our Semiquincentennial episode, I'm going to keep saying that because I like it, is Darren.
What's up, Internet?
I know I should have introduced everyone in the order that they started, but whatever. So I'm going to go Hunter next. Hello, Hunter.
Hey, I'm so glad. This is episode 250 for you all. This is episode 64 for me. So I'm just very, very grateful to be celebrating this momentous occasion with you all.
And the person that without this show wouldn't be here and who has put up with all of my for the last 6 years, my wife
20.
Tracy.
Hello, everybody.
Put up with your a lot longer than that.
20 long years.
Right. So the idea behind this episode is I actually put a message out to the guys way earlier than they actually saw it and asked them to come up with what they thought was not necessarily our greatest episode or greatest interview or whatever, because that's a different thing, but just an episode that they really enjoyed. And I asked them to pick out a 5 or 6 minute clip of each episode. And what we're going to do is we're going to play said clip. And if we feel like doing director's commentary style over the top of it, that can happen as well. And then we'll discuss the episode for a bit afterwards and then on to the next clip. So I know what everyone's clips are. No one else knows what they are. And I think there's a good cross section here. So Darren, why don't you introduce your episode first?
I picked to go first because mine is the most obvious, I think. And that is episode 88.
So
Our Back to the Future episode.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
And it's quite relevant to this episode, Darren, as you will find out later. So here we go.
Welcome back. Now, the number 88 holds a special significance in my heart, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners as well. What I'm referring to, of course, is episode 88 of The Simpsons. That special episode where Marge feels she's too bossy and enlists self-help guru Brad Goodman to help her out, leading to the whole town adopting Bart Simpson's freewheeling outlook on life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, I love that one.
Nice shorts, man.
So today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be taking a look at the Simpsons ride, which opened on May 2nd, 1991. Specifically built for the Simpsons franchise, this building still houses today what was one of the most advanced ride systems of the time. Tracy, you remember your first ride on the Simpsons?
Oh, I really, really do. It was good. I was a bit late to the game, really. It was 2005, 2006, I think, when we were over there. I just remember being so excited just because it was such a colourful building.
You don't get to hear yourself like this very often, do you?
No, I don't getting through all of that and getting on the ride. I was so excited I could barely sit still. The ride goes, it's so bouncy and creaky and colourful, and it was so much fun. And I remember being in the queue line and...
hang on. I've got the map in front of me here, and something's not reading right to me, because... The park map I've got here that we brought back says it wasn't The Simpsons there.
What?
Yeah, it says it was Back to the Future.
What?
This is heavy.
Yeah, I mean, it's fading in and out. I bet Old Krusty has something to do with this. Look, quick, we've got to get into the time machine and prevent this legacy from fading away. Come on.
Lee, you built a time machine out of a Pteranodon, a DeLorean?
Well, yeah, the way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
A car?
Besides, the stainless steel construction makes the flux dispersal.
No more time for talk. We've got to go back.
Well, how I never read the script how you wrote it.
No one ever does.
All right, everybody in. I'm setting the coordinates to May 2nd, 1991. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes the best bit.
Hey, don't worry, guys. I brought some CDs.
Awesome. Got Huey Lewis in the news?
No, I've got New Kids on the Block.
Yes!
Oh, man.
Right, let's get this radio turned on, see if we can hear something about what's going on with this ride.
I still love putting these bits together with all like the background noises.
Welcome, everyone, to the Unofficial Universal Studios Florida radio show for May 1991. Joining me are Lee,
Hello.
Tracy,
Good morrow.
and Hunter.
I'm very excited to be with you all.
All right, so we're going to kick off with some news.
All right, so first thing first, Universal Studios Florida is coming up on its first anniversary and continues to have operational problems, as is typical at this point. You'd never see these issues at Disney. Jaws continually has downtime due to an issues with the turntable portion of the ride, and we have heard that Universal are considering taking that part out of the attraction and replacing it with something that will be much easier to maintain. We are also hearing that they are considering removing the shark explosion at the end and replacing it with a scene from Jaws 2, which is the unadulterated classic, the electrocution.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be totally radical.
So Confrontation also continues to have massive downtime, but Universal are hopefully turning that around and getting it to operate on a more regular basis.
I'm sure they'll get it down.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, most likely not. They're going to replace it. Also, Earthquake, the big one, causes as many problems as Kong and Jaws due to its operational downtime. Guests can still be seen complaining about coming to the park and not being able to ride two of their landmark attractions, which is why Universal is still considering such drastic measures like the jaw change.
I'm sure they'll get it all sorted
Oh, yes.
eventually. This is the thing with putting rides into the park that are groundbreaking.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we have heard on the grapevine that Universal Orlando are looking to bring a Halloween event to the park. Can you imagine that?
Halloween?
I know.
I can't.
So it
I
might-
thought only Satanists celebrated that.
Well, apparently not. Now, in 1986, Universal Studios Hollywood had a small event, which is basically the Terror Tram. Well, we've heard that Universal Orlando are wanting to do a similar event, and the rumoured name is Fright Nights.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
What, after that film?
Yeah.
Okay, with Peter Vincent. And
Yeah.
Evil.
That was a classic. That's
Charlie,
right up there
you're
with Jaws too, man.
yeah.
Charlie, you're so cool. I know you're so
I hid
cool,
under my
Brewster.
blanket.
Well, even if it's Halloween, you still have to ride the movies, right?
Absolutely. So now we've heard very little details of the event, but what we have heard is there'll be some sort of walkthrough house and a show of some description that we're hearing may revolve around the Bates Motel, and the event will include some type of street experience. Wow.
That
That's
sounds interesting.
These
radical.
newsreaders hit the
Yeah,
nail
that
on
sounds
the
like something
head
I'd
with
be
all
really
this
into.
prediction stuff, didn't it?
It's really groovy guy.
Spot on.
Well, following on that, Universal recently have added 4 new attractions to the park. The Blues Brothers Show,
Oh, my favorite.
the Street Busters,
Oh, that was awesome. I just went and saw that recently.
the Screen Test Home Video Adventure.
I mean, yeah, home videos are the way of the future, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've only just got a Betamax now.
Really?
Yeah. And How to Make a Mega Movie Deal.
Wow.
So, even though their blockbuster attractions may be experiencing problems, maybe experiencing problems, they are looking to add more value to your ticket.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm much better in my editing now with whatever problems is.
Problems.
Darren, why did you pick that one?
Because it's the Back to the Future episode, and I had to pick a segment from it, and I thought going back and forth with Hunter on those ones just reminded me of the good old days for sure. And as soon as I saw it in the feed, because I'm sitting there, of course, I listened to every single episode that we've ever done in anticipation of this, just to make sure that I picked the right one. No, as I scrolled through the feed, I was like, yeah, obviously the Back to the Future one is the one. So yeah, I really liked our A+ quality acting there.
Oh yeah, God, it's horrendous.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Like I'd been planning that episode for quite a while because obviously episode 88 had the
Yes.
significance for Back
Yeah.
to the Future, so it was perfect to do a Back to the Future episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a
It's
doubt.
amazing when you're like, wow, 88 episodes. That's a lot. And then you
know.
realize,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, just all in all, I just, of course, I really enjoyed that episode, and we did that. There's a really good, the fact hunter on the ride and everything, and the just that whole episode I really enjoyed. And I always like when we get a chance to do our terrible cheesy acting. That's fun.
It is fun. I love doing them, and it's, you know, because I was quite chuffed when I came up with the idea of let's go back and then do the podcast as if it was a radio show back in 1989 or whatever it was. It worked really well, and like putting all that news together and stuff from that time was dead fun as well. But that was when I think we're a little bit more serious on the podcast now.
We're grown-ups
not
now.
that I listened to the last episode, mind, but
Wait, I was like, are you serious?
I think we are a bit more serious now, whereas back then we had a bit more, we didn't take it as serious and had a bit more fun with it than we tend to do a little bit now, I think. So
We need to change that.
I think we did last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either going to be that clip, though, or I was just going to edit together 5 straight minutes of Nina screaming through the Halloween Horror Nights houses that we recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bleeps where I had to bleep out her swearing.
Well, you bleep box, didn't you?
They were funny. No, that's a great episode. As I say, well, we'll get there later.
No, I think just this is going to be a recurring theme for sure, but we've been so fortunate to, I guess even though maybe we've separated a little bit more lately, just as time's gone on and we've gotten a little bit busier with our own personal lives, like we started off as friends and that friendship is still there. And like, even if, you know, maybe sometimes we have our disagreements or if we get busy or whatever,
Absolutely.
I know I can always come home to you guys. And that's one of the best feelings in the world because I know I've always got my family here.
Yeah.
And
So
I think it really comes across on the show that we are genuinely all friends as well. So that chemistry's there.
Yeah. We're family.
It's not forced. It's
It's genuine.
as you can tell from the last episode.
Aventura, baby, book it.
Robin, Michelle, let us know if
travel.
you've had any people ringing up yet for the dungeon rooms.
Yeah, the Aventura full experience. The full Monty.
Yeah. That's the
Do
themed
you have the
room.
Dudley Wright sex swing in this hotel?
It's curved so you can see the people on the other side.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Please.
Tracy, would you like to introduce your favourite episode, please?
Yes, I will. My favourite episode is episode 28, which is when we interviewed William Kidd about the music for Port of Entry.
Which, before we get into it, Hunter, I was genuinely expecting you to pick that one.
Really?
Yes.
I'm really happy with my clip. I'm going to be honest.
Anyway.
I think did you guys forget about mine? We'll get to it. We'll talk about it.
Right. So here we go. This is a blast from the past because this
Yes,
was
it is.
actually our 1-year anniversary episode. So it's quite fitting.
Next piece is the last piece we will
Listen to
discuss
that
in the
sound
Port of
quality.
Entry, and it's called, Lee likes to give me the ones I'm going to mess up. The Port of Entry, is it Gamelan Pan Mix? Did I say that right?
Yep.
You did.
All right, and it's just a small part of it, but Bill will explain once we listened.
It is, and I'll say this is my favourite piece, and it's a shame that we're not going to hear it all.
Are you drunk there, Lee?
Sounds awful, doesn't it? Oh, how far we've come.
This music gets me right in the feels every time.
I was actually watching a YouTube video yesterday and they don't play any of this remix is supposed to be
Now, when you listen to it, it sounds like just one normal track piece of music, but it's not, is it, Bill?
No. Again, backstory for every single place you can stand or sit in the park. So what the park, the Port of Entry is physically broken down into 4 parts. The 4th part and last part is the big enveloping orchestral sweeping theme you heard. But the first part is out by the ticket area where you're buying your ticket to get into the park. And the second area is where you are just walking between the ticket area and this arch that says, has an emblazoned logo about
The
entering
adventure
into-
begins, isn't it? Is that bridge?
Yeah, that bridge is as the adventure begins. And then when you pass through the bridge, you're in a quirky little street where on either side are these, I should say, Ocean Fish Mark or Confisco Grill or Pirate Bakery, all these views into all these different worlds and times. So those three, part 1, 2, and 3 of Port of Entry, you never know where someone's going to be standing at any given moment, and you never know how fast they're going to walk, and the sound cannot be segregated by those archways. You have to, you never know what's going to bleed over. So my assignment was to come up with arrangements of different kinds of music that could play and bleed over to each other, and work and not get in the way. So and also it needed to be exotic and address the different parts of the world that were being announced in Port of Entry. So when you're in the ticket area, the music's very simple. It plays a little softer, and the arrangement is thin. Then when you move on to the next area before the arch, it's a little more involved, a little more instruments going. And when you're on the street, it should be as big as it's going to get, because the next step is to go through the second arch, and that's the big explosive orchestral piece. So those three pieces, those three arrangements of every piece was done, which is 36 pieces of music, and they all cooperate really well. And this was a real gamelan orchestra playing, by the way, not synthesized music. So those are real humans playing all those parts. And gamelan orchestras are tuned to work. It's a one-off. You can't take a trough xylophone from gamelan 2 orchestra and stick it in gamelan 1. It's completely out of tune.
Right.
So you have to when you want to start a gamelan orchestra, you have to buy everything you're ever going to use all on the same day, because they can break, but they can't be replaced.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was just going to say, another exciting thing for the last version of the gamelan players, you hear the music, it goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Again, this gamelan orchestra is playing the Isle of Adventure theme, but it's highly stylized. But the way that's achieved is with two humans is one player goes dum, 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 dum. And then the second player plays the exact same music, but on the offbeats. So two people will be sitting side by side, and each one's playing a simple tune, but it goes da-da-da, every note's repeated twice. And that's the two people whacking the bar or tuned instrument alternately, and that's how that's achieved. And it takes tremendous mental effort to do that. And so the players are quite proud of their ability to play the straight melody. They trick themselves. Each player thinks he's playing the melody as the downbeat, but one of them is completely off by exactly half a beat. So
I like that there is that, because it works both ways as well. Obviously, working your way back to the entrance of the park or working in, it's very clever.
It is,
and I really like it.
Yeah. So the energy would go down as you go away from the park, and it builds up and up as you go to the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So opiate of the masses and all that.
Yes, it is a very beautiful piece.
It is. I love it.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome.
That was the intent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's face it. Port of Entry. I already say it's very underrated. Well, so now everybody's got to stand and listen.
We've literally just
walk slowly and listen.
Don't know the walk of Port of Entry, so this follows on quite nicely as well, doesn't it? So
yes.
Yeah, I think also during that same phenomenon, these three stages, there was a gamelan phase of music, and there were, I think, 3 or 4 gamelans, different pieces. And then there was an Irish jig, several Irish jig style pieces, and they were built up in heavier and heavier orchestration. And then there was sort of Greco-Persian music that was lyrical and not too bouncy, that were played in successive higher levels, of which the last one had vocals on it. So the music's changing all these different parts of the earth, trying to make it an international kind of place. So we have, sort of a European reference and a Middle Eastern reference and a Asian reference, and that's about as big as you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're leaving Port of Entry, and then we're going to venture on into Seuss Landing for the Cat in the Hat.
Oh, yes.
This is just usual.
Go on.
My voice has actually gotten higher as time goes on.
Yeah, right.
Tracy,
everybody.
why did you pick that one?
Well, you all know how much I love Port of Entry.
Yes.
And the music is a huge part of that. And when I do think back to people that we've interviewed, Bill was just such a genuinely nice guy to talk to. He was so open and so helpful and providing us with the music.
Like, I know the work he went through to put that together.
It wasn't just simple for him to get it.
No.
So it was very much appreciated. And as I said, I already appreciated the music, but talking to him made me absolutely adore that music. And that's why I want to share it with everybody when I'm talking about Port of Entry and I'm saying stop and listen. This is why, because I understand the work that's gone into it and people are really missing out. But as I say...
The music's the most important character.
It is, because music evokes emotion. You don't always notice it, but you will hear a strain of music sometime in the future and it will transport you.
Yeah. I've always said that music at the entrance of Islands of Adventure, as soon as I hear it, my tears just fill up. My eyes just fill up.
Yeah. Well, it's little things like coming out of Zeus Landing into what's it called now?
I think it's amusing that Lee cries so often, even his tears can cry.
Yeah. You know, even things like you'll hear that little twinkling sound.
Yeah.
And there's times when it's probably my brain playing tricks on me, but I'll hear maybe just one note. It's probably just a phantom note, and my head will fill the rest of the melody in. You know, and I'm hearing this whole tune in my head just because I've heard a noise somewhere that's hit that right note. And it's just one of those shows that just really stayed with me.
As I say, Hunter, I expected that as the sort of resident music buff, I expected that to be yours.
Sure, but my clip more so demonstrates what we were talking about just a minute ago.
Absolutely. But I mean, that Port of Entry Gamelon mix was my alarm for the longest time. And it's such a shame now that, as I said during that clip there, I watched a YouTube video of someone walking around Port of Entry and that music's not played anywhere near like it's supposed to be anymore. And it's such a shame.
It really is. It really is.
But that's what I was going to say. When we had Howard Drossin on to talk about the creation of the music at Marvel, it shows you the big difference between Howard and Bill, that it was such a big part of Bill's life that 20 years later he knew every note, why it was done the way it was done, how it was done, the whole recording process, everything. And Howard was like, I kind of remember these bits. And I think that's what made Bill's interview so special, that he really genuinely remembered it as if it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember that interview because I was in college at the time and I was sitting outside talking on my iPod at that point, doing Skype on the show because that was relatively early during the show's life cycle.
28.
Was that the first like big interview we had?
I was just trying to think, actually. I think we'd
the first one I did for sure.
I think we'd had Michael Roddy on before that point, and I think we'd had Ron Schneider on before that as well.
Okay.
But certainly,
But it was one of them ones where I was in a phase of, and I'll still do it now with the podcast, where I will throw emails out to anybody. I'm not bothered, because the worst I'll get is no reply. So I was actually sat listening to the soundtrack on my phone at work, and I thought, I wonder if anyone's thought about interviewing the people that created this music. So I had a look and like pulled a couple of the names out, and it's like, oh, William Kidd, and I think he emailed Howard Drossin at the same time. Honestly, not expecting to get anything back. And then I got an email back about 3 days later off Bill's agent saying he'd love to come on. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Cool.
We were really chuffed with that one.
Like you say, you don't ask. If you don't ask, you don't get.
No. I'm so glad you asked for that one. So glad you asked for that one.
I'm still waiting for the reply to the email I sent on on Saturday, but I'm not expecting one. The one that Darren said, if we get them, I'm not doing it. But I'm not holding my breath. Cool. Right. So we'll move on. Hunter, would you like to tell everyone what your clip is, please?
My clip is, it's kind of like what we just talked about, where it's the four of us and we're taking literally the most mundane topic, just stuff that people want information wise, but we put our distinct spin on it. And it's it's still the highlight of the funniest part of our show. As far as our comedy stuff, I mean, the Aventura stuff's pretty funny, but this is a whole nother level. This is going to go down in the classics. And when you said pick a clip, I knew pretty much immediately that I was going to pick this. So enjoy.
Episode 156 there for everyone's enjoyment. So here we go.
The Crescente Moon Bakery.
Oh, ho, ho.
That's my American accent. On the run, continental breakfast includes a fruit cup, a Danish or a muffin, and a breakfast drink.
What is a breakfast drink?
Apparently, it's beer, depending on.
Yeah.
That's $6.29.
That's not
you can
bad,
get sliced
actually.
fruit, which is $2.50. You can get cereal for $3, a Danish for $3, a jumbo cookie, in case you want to get your kids excited, $2.50. A croissant, $2.60. A cheese croissant, $3.20. A fresh hot muffin.
Saying, I don't know what that bleep is there.
Money in the swear jar.
Steven Tyler's favorite breakfast, the fresh hot muffins. Trade win, fruit cup, $3.80. They also serve pastries, soft drinks, and coffees.
No beer,
I
though.
think we're overlooking a very important thing here.
Go on.
It's the cronut.
Oh, see, I've never had one. And is that where they do them, Darren?
Yeah.
Right.
Cronuts are at the Croissant Moon Bakery.
I have to have one.
Open from 9 a.m, by the way.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah, I need to have one of those.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully that won't be a disappointment like so many things have been.
Well,
you're not getting the traditional one.
Thanks,
Tell them to go
Matthew.
easy on the glaze when you go, because they will dip that thing in glaze and just like there's
So
a
they
pile
drown
of
it.
glaze left on the plate. So
There wouldn't be, I'd lick it all off.
okay, if you're into that, then there you go.
See, we went into the Croissant Moon Bakery, I think not last time, the time before. I wasn't overly impressed with it, to be honest.
If you want like a quick little baked item though, like afternoon, whatever, Kim and I've gone in there a few times, and like the cookies and stuff like that's always really fairly priced.
It was good the last time we went in
what we
2015.
had, but I remember it was dry.
And we got a cup of tea because it was freezing.
That wasn't dry.
It was freezing outside. That's why we went in.
Right,
it wasn't. It was the day, that was actually funny enough, the day we did the character breakfast at the Confisco Grill. The tropical storm came through, so it dropped like 30 degrees overnight.
I remember that day. Yeah, that was pretty cold.
I'm going to pass on to Tracy's favourite, Starbucks. You know what's in Starbucks?
Yeah.
They overtook the Arctic Express across the road from the Croissant Moon Bakery.
Oh, I shouldn't do that.
I've never been so tired of croissants. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that.
So mine, that they've got. Hunter, do you want to do it for me?
Cinnabon! I need to find that soundbite and
Yeah.
actually put it in.
I'm assuming they open at 9. Says it's in the parks.
Probably.
And they have the usual, what stuff and drinks, Hunter?
Cinnabon stuff.
Right.
I'm uncomfortable.
Moving on to the three broomsticks.
Here we go.
Traditional English breakfast includes fresh eggs, once again, sausage links, the blackest of pudding, English bacon, baked beans, grilled tomatoes, sautéed mushrooms, and breakfast potatoes, all for $15.99 or £13.
Golly gee, what's the deal?
It's about £10, actually.
£10, quite.
Jesus.
Also, offering that porridge breakfast everyone loves so much. Old-fashioned steamed oats with fresh fruit and butter croissant.
I suspect that the word fashioned doesn't need to be in there, and that explains it.
Old steamed oats.
Yes. Lots. I'm sorry, hang on. Porridge breakfast. No. The fresh fruit and the croissant.
Where are you going with this?
I didn't bite there. Are not part of porridge.
No, they're not.
That's true. Porridge. You don't have porridge with fresh. I'm so.
You can't have croissants if you don't eat your porridge.
Bite again. It's usually a dollop of jam, actually, or a sprinkling of sugar.
Well,
Sorry,
this
carry
is
on.
America, so we have to give you more food than necessary.
That's
Oh,
why I come.
I'm quite happy with that.
Yes. And then we also have the continental breakfast, a colorful array of fresh fruits served with croissants accompanied with assorted jams for $15.99.
I'd just like to say this is supposed to be an English restaurant. There should be
That's a lot of money.
There should be a U in there. Yeah.
$15.99 for fruit, croissant, and jam.
Yeah, that is
Wow.
expensive.
Think about that. Yeah. The American breakfast comes with fresh scrambled eggs, breakfast potatoes, fighter jets, crisp bacon,
Machine guns.
tanks,
Chuck Norris.
bald eagle. Just getting respect.
I think I may have lost
And
the
for some
listeners.
reason, they tossed in a Frenchy butter croissant.
American.
And we charged the very American price of $15.99.
On Monday.
Apparently, Dr. Evil grew up on cheese grits. Oh, we did this one live, didn't we?
Grits are a thing, man.
Oh, yeah. They are.
Especially down here in the southern United States.
I only know them from my cousin Vinny.
Oh, okay. So at the kitchen buffet, we got an omelet station.
Oh, yeah.
I've got freshly baked bagels, muffins, pastries, and breads. I've got daily breakfast pizza specials.
That sounds
Oh, yeah.
I've got fresh cut fruits.
No, thank you. I got to save room.
I don't know what he was going to say there.
I've got lumpy vomit cheese, grilled cheese, or cottage cheese, rather, and individual flavored yogurts.
That's yogurt.
They're all plain.
Oh, my face hurts.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Hunter, as if everyone already probably knows. Anyway, why did you choose that one?
So, I mean, we were just talking about it, but just getting a bunch of getting us all together to talk about what could be this really boring readout of just breakfast menus, stuff that we're kind of obligated to cover at some point and have covered just because we're the Universal Podcast. But I've listened to, probably 100 podcasts, theme park podcasts at this point. And, it's just kind of, you sit there and you listen, and you're like, okay, that's good information. Maybe jot down some stuff. But us, I don't want to toot our own horns, but just being able to hear us address a topic like that and be able to put this spin on it and turn it into just this really positive, super happy episode where we're all just laughing and making stupid jokes the entire time. There's something that's really special there. And I think we're all very, very fortunate just to have this chemistry that we've developed over time together, because, there's a lot of podcasts that are out there where they're just, hey, you're a cool guy. I wonder what I can piggyback off of you. Mm-hmm. But we all started off as friends, and being able to have those conversations and be able to toss out literally machine guns during the middle of
that was hilarious.
What's not to like about that? So yeah, it's a super silly clip, but it kind of, to me, is the heart of UUOP and why I look forward to recording the show when I actually can. But it's something that I've never taken for granted, and I'm just grateful for how many memories we've been able to build up over the last 250 episodes.
It was one of them that I think, because we did it live, the live shows, we haven't done one for a while actually, have a very different atmosphere, because you've got people chiming in, and Tracy's usually away with the fairies talking to the people in the chat room and not actually interacting on the show. It does give it a very different dynamic, but I think my favourite quote is still, the blackest of puddings.
Yeah, no.
My favorite Darren quote is the one that was in there when I'm like, fresh cut fruit. He's like, no thanks.
Oh man,
I do think that clip sums us up as a group pretty well.
My face is aching.
Definitely put that one on my resume.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, well,
I'm going to have to go and listen to that show in its entirety now.
Who can forget the phrase lumpy vomit cheese?
I know. And I was thinking, but I like that stuff.
Bald eagles and just like you say, just
and Lee's in the background humming the national anthem.
And that's good, because, like I say, up until last week, we hadn't done an episode like that for a while. I thought last week was us capturing what we used to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've become, like I say, I think it's because, I don't know, when you've been going for as long as we have, it's difficult to keep that energy up.
It is. Darren, we need to start drinking.
Well, the plan was at some point to do a drunk episode with you and Darren. It's just
quite
never
honest,
happened.
I'm just really scared of the hangover. I'm a bit
What
old
we
now.
need to do, what we need to do is a drunk vlog where we actually go out there and we get Tracy and Darren and then just follow them around the park for the day.
What, riding and puking and
First
riding
thing in the
and
morning.
puking?
Basically,
Duff for breakfast?
breakfast. Yeah, we start off at...
Oh, what's the best beer for breakfast? Darren, there's a mission for us. We need to find the best breakfast beer.
Well, apparently it's in... where was it that we were talking about? Croissant Moon Bakery, because someone asked in that clip there, what's a breakfast drink? Well, apparently it's beer. I need to listen to the rest of it to find out what that reference was.
Yeah.
I think it's start with a crisp Hefeweizen and move on from there.
That was funny.
Oh.
But you're right, just to take a really ridiculous topic of what breakfast items can you get in the park and come up with something, that's literally got my face aching.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Which leads me to mine.
What did you choose?
Now, a lot of people... Like, I didn't choose episode 23, just so you know.
I did initially.
And it's quite a surprise that it didn't end up in there. Now, Tracy and I, when we were in Alton Towers last week, I downloaded that episode and Tracy and I listened to the Barney's Echo Tunnel section. And it wasn't as funny as we remember it. We kind of
Which one? Which segment?
It was the Walk of Kid Zone.
Oh.
23.
I think because I've heard it so many times, it's lost its edge a little bit.
I think he needed to be there as well.
Yeah.
I think it was funnier in the moment.
I've never felt as satisfied recording the show as when I talked about foam balls.
That was funny.
But not as funny as remembered.
Yeah. This is for me, like, the podcast is my baby, so I could pick you 20 or 30 episodes out that I could put in here. Interview wise, obviously, like the first time we had Jim on, I said when I started the show that I would die happy if we got Mike Aiello on, and I've achieved that.
Still knocking about.
Oh yeah, Darren, you need to get him on the Dead Man's Digest this year.
Oh yeah.
But what it came down to was an episode that I really, really enjoyed. And this episode, the origins?
Easy for
The
you.
oranges is the new blacks.
The origins from it actually came from Darren's clip.
Oh.
That was the initial concept for
Oh.
this episode. And the episode that I actually chose was episode 92, which was our look at the Forbidden Journey queue. So I will play my clip.
Where has that book gone? Ah, more guests. Welcome, welcome. I am Professor Albus Dumbledore, headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Now, as you probably know, this is one of the schools where young people come to study the magical arts. For centuries, Hogwarts has educated scores of young men and women, many of whom have gone on to distinguish themselves as fine witches and wizards. A few, it's true, have strayed to the dark side. Once a young boy named Tom Riddle stood precisely where you stand now. Of course, these days, he's best known by another name, Lord Voldemort.
Hey, listen, Michael Gambon,
the name
that's how
alone
you should have
strikes
done it.
fear in good witches and wizards everywhere, and his hatred of muggles is widely known. But do not fear, you're well protected here. I've personally cast a few enchantments and spells specifically intended to ensure your safety. But should you ever find yourself in danger, I'll tell you what I tell all young boys and girls who pass through Hogwarts. There comes a time when all of us must make a choice between what is right and what is easy. Here's hoping you choose correctly. Now then, you're about to enter the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. As we are currently without a Defense Against the Dark Arts professor, the position has proven perilous, I'm afraid. Professor Binns, our long-standing and long-deceased history of magic professor, will, with your enjoyment, condense hundreds of years of Hogwarts history into a few short hours. Enjoy your stay with us. Oh, and should you happen upon a dragon whilst here, please alert a member of the staff. And run! Not necessarily in that order. Thank you. So following Dumbledore's office, he tells us to proceed into the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom.
I think the three of us under this invisibility cloak is the thickest idea you've ever had, Hermione.
We've got to help all of these visitors get out of Bin's lecture, and if McGonagall sees us, she'll give us the boot. Have you got a better idea?
Keep your voices down. Everything's going to be fine. Let's make this quick.
Excuse me. We reckon we should warn you. you stay much longer, you'll find yourself listening to Professor Binns go on about the history of Hogwarts.
Which, it should be pointed out, is rather fascinating. One book I'd highly recommend, which is an absolutely riveting read, is Bathilda Bagshot's Hogwarts.
Perhaps another time, Hermione. The point is, Professor Binns is very, very boring, which is understandable as he's...
dead.
Yeah.
What Ron means to say is he's a ghost.
Yeah, well, dead, aren't they? Ghosts? Sort of a requirement. They're muggles, Hermione, not morons.
I never said they were morons. My own parents happen to be muggles, if you recall.
It's a better Hermione than the one.
Anyway, we
Hogwarts
thought you
Express.
might prefer to come with us and see a game of Quidditch.
But to get you there, we have to sneak you out to the castle, which is where Hermione comes in.
All you have to do is meet me in the room of requirement. From there, we'll fly you down to the Quidditch pitch. Of course, we'll need a bit of magic, a spell I learned for a world-class Quidditch player.
Hermione knows all these spells, you see.
Ron, you're making it snow again.
Why does that always happen?
Hermione, if you would...
Meteorologings Recanto.
She's balking, but she's brilliant.
Someone's coming. Remember, the room of requirement.
See, Ron? Everything worked out perfectly.
Perfectly, except I'm stuck under this cloak with you.
Keep your voices down or McGonagall will hear us.
Ron, you're despicable.
In this room, there is the familiar-looking dragon skeleton hanging high above guests' heads. At the front of the classroom is a chalkboard with spells and such written. Just beyond the chalkboard is a staircase up to the door that, according to the films, leads into the Defence Against the Dark Arts teacher's office. The door opens, seemingly by itself, and guests hear bickering. After a few seconds, Harry, Ron and Hermione come out from under an invisibility cloak and tell guests to skip Professor Binns' lecture, as he is a dead, boring
All
ghost,
acting this clip,
and
by the
watch a
way.
Quidditch match instead. In the middle of the trio speaking to guests, Ron casts one of two charms, which can either make the weather stormy or make it snow in the classroom. Hermione corrects Ron, and the three don the cloak once again and head back through the door.
This episode is ridiculous.
I still can't believe we let Hermione talk us into using the invisibility cloak with all three of us.
How else are we going to get to these visitors before they get stuck in Binns' lecture? If Filch sees us, we'll be on the next train home. What's your suggestion?
Keep it down, you two. This will work fine if you stop bickering.
Excuse me. We thought some of you might be looking for a way to escape Professor Binns' lecture. If you're not, you're mental.
Hunter,
Look,
your
the
acting
subject
got
isn't
worse.
fascinating. Personally, I'd recommend Bathilda Bagshot's Hogwarts, a
I've never
history.
been a good actor.
No one has read that book, Hermione.
For your information, it happens to be, by general consensus, the definitive volume on Hogwarts.
It also happens to be dead boring.
As is Professor Binns. Very boring.
You know what else is boring?
Exceptionally
My performance
dead.
this entire
He's a
thing.
ghost. Fell asleep in front of a classroom, fine. Woke up the next day to teach and left his body behind.
He's still very sound on
Sound like
history,
Harrison
though.
Ford doing the voiceover
And
in
as
Blade
an
Runner,
added
like you don't really
bonus,
want to do it.
He can enter the classroom through the blackboard.
Anyway,
This
we
wasn't
thought
the
you might
original
rather watch a
vision.
game of Quidditch than listen to Binns, but we have to sneak you out of the
Unofficial
castle and down to
Universal
the
Elementary's
pitch. We
production
reckon the
of-
best way of doing this is to fly you there.
All you have to do is follow me
Yeah.
to the room of requirement, and I'll manage it from there. Of course, we'll need a bit of magic, a charm I learned for a world-class Quidditch player.
Hermione's famous for her charms.
Wait, I bet she is.
Meteorologings Recanto.
I was just about to do that.
Remember, meet Hermione in the room of requirement.
See? That wasn't so bad, was it, Ron?
Not as bad as being under this cloak with you.
Ooh.
Keep your voices down. Filch will hear us.
I'm not making any noise.
Please.
Q, Part 8. The Gryffindor Common Room.
Who are you people? Am I supposed to let you all in? And without a password, no less. What is this school coming to? Well, move along then, otherwise you'll miss the match. I wish I were coming with you, though I certainly don't miss those awful benches. So uncomfortable. Oh, but you've got a treat today. Harry Potter's going to show you how the game of Quidditch was meant to be played. Up, Gryffindor!
Oh, God.
Cringing.
But again, Hunter, that episode kind of goes off the back of what you said. We took something as simple as talking about the Hogwarts... I keep wanting to say the Hogwarts Express queue, the Forbidden Journey queue, and just breathed our life into it.
Yeah.
Well, except for Hunter.
Yeah, not my shining performance there.
You made up for it on the Hogwarts Express one. I will say at this point, I am planning an Escape from Gringotts episode.
Oh, good grief.
Ooh.
Alcohol.
But I just you know me. I'm someone who's, until you understand, because I think you're very, very similar to I am. You come across as an extrovert, but deep down I'm quite a shy person. But I do like to sort of hug the limelight at times, and doing like acty episodes like this. Like I often sing in episodes and stuff because I quite like it. But I think we had such good fun doing those episodes, and I think that we did the end of that year we did an outtakes episode, and I'm sure a lot of the clips from that episode made it into that outtakes show, because I know Darren, you had a specific a very specific challenge saying the word enchanted bench later on, if I remember rightly. But just really fun episode again, you know, it's not the norm. And it's just because anyone can sit there and just read, this is this part of the queue and you'll see them here. But I just thought, what would make it different? Let's do UUOP theatre. And it was because of that Back to the Future episode that made me think about doing that. And we've done it a couple of times since. So we did it when we had Jesse on to talk about the opening Diagon Alley. We did the intro for that, was a little bit of UUOP theatre. And then we did the Hogwarts Express episode.
Yeah.
There's been a Ghostbusters one in the works for years, which will come to fruition at some point, especially after watching it last week.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Has anyone got any honourable mentions for the throw shows out there other than the ones that you've picked that you've really enjoyed, other than the obvious ones?
I really enjoyed last week's, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that, and like every time I think about it, I have a good laugh about it. I think that one will go down really well.
Yeah, especially when the Europeans come over.
I don't know. We've done tons of amazing interviews those kind of things. So I think the interview episodes are the ones that are like, I wouldn't say always the most special, but you know, they're all really cool. Especially like when we had Gary Goddard on. I think that was one of my favorite ones, is when Gary came on and talked about things, because like William Kidd, he was a really open guy, you know, that would tell you everything that happened during the production and in a very straightforward way without, you know, no frills or anything like that. And it's just amazing to hear those stories, you know, from people that remember him so well, like you said. So
yeah, it was interesting because the first time we had him on, it was like we were an unknown quantity to him, so he was a little standoffish, but he warmed up to us by the end.
Yeah.
When we did the T2 episode, all bets were off and the gloves were off, and he was well into it.
It was like returning family member.
Well, and he worked on the Ghostbusters Spooktacular, and I've already messaged him. I said, we need to do an episode, and this is like, just tell me when.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tiffany.
Yes.
Costuming department. That stood out for me.
Yeah, we need to have Tiffany and Stephen back on, because, like, again, there was the other one, the our disaster tribute where we had Stephen on to talk about it. We did a bit of UUOP theatre as there. It is Christopher Walken was awesome.
Oh, it was brilliant. Forgotten about that.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. I'm surprised no one's mentioned our Jaws tribute yet.
No, I'd forgotten about that. I'm too busy rattling through things that aren't the obvious ones, you see.
That was a show that I will be forever proud of. It's like the first show we ever did on an attraction that had closed, and we give it the justice it deserved.
Oh, I hope we did, yeah.
That was the only fact hunter I ever did you proud on.
It was awesome. Thing is, it's tough trying to find out, unless you know people who are in the know, or you're in the know yourself, trying to find out detailed backstory and stuff is difficult.
Yeah, I know. It's Universal. Hopefully, I'm not saying like hopefully UUOP goes down as this like immense resource, but hopefully this is just started a little bit more of a Universal fan community, and as time goes on, they're going to do a better job of documenting the history, because for a long time it felt like Disney was the only fan community who had that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, you know, we're the be-all, end-all as far as that's concerned, but we've been doing this for so long. Like when we started, no one else was around.
That's it.
And I'll be honest,
and we're still here.
You saying that, I realised very early on that we probably weren't going to get any sort of access with Universal, so I had to come at a different direction with it. And exactly what you've just said there, Hunter. Everyone knows the story behind every Disney ride. So then because Universal don't have a huge Imagineering department like Disney does, their creative department's quite small, they subcontract a lot of their stuff. So reaching out to people who are involved in the creative process of a lot of these attractions is easier because they're not contracted to Universal, so you don't have to go through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
actually,
that should make us prouder because this is all of our hard work.
Yeah.
You know.
Like Jim's been a great resource. I mean, Jim actually messaged us wanting to come on the show, not us message him. And then from having Jim on that first time, he was actually, you should have this person on and this person on. So because he had connections, that's how we got. And you get one person on and they enjoy it, which leads on to, they recommend, you should have this person on and this person on. But I'll throw another one of those daft episodes. It's funny, I redid it. It's only just been released from the Volta game, was when we had Leonard Kinsey on to do the Dark Side of Disney. And he did the Dark Side of Universal with us. That was a great episode.
100%.
Yeah.
It is tough to think, like you say, we've done... I think at this point, with all the like bonus episodes and 4th of July specials and other bits and bobs and the Halloween Horror Nights history episodes, I think we must be at 270, 280
Easily.
really at this point.
So I'm just thinking that first year, the first Halloween episode we did, and I did the research for the haunted, the haunts around the park.
That wasn't the first year. I think that was year 2 or 3.
Really?
I think the first Halloween episode we did was Darren. I do believe you were on it, where you weren't part of the show at that point.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think we had, because you sent us that spewing.
I remember that spew very well.
And then we invited you on for a trip report. And then off the back of that, because the chemistry was quite good, we invited you back on because we knew you were going to Halloween Horror Nights opening night. Because I remember having a conversation like before we recorded. Like I think it was the night before you went. Just a half-hour sort of chit-chat about it and stuff. And then we had you back on to talk about Halloween Horror Nights that year, which seems so long ago now.
Well, yeah.
It's weird because it doesn't, like that episode clip that I've just played there, the Forbidden Journey cue, doesn't actually seem like that long ago.
No, it doesn't.
It was
No, it really didn't.
Yeah, and it was 158 episodes ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
250 guys.
Yeah.
That's big.
I never believed we'd get this far.
No.
There's times last year when I didn't think we'd get this far. But I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm immensely proud of what we've put together.
Absolutely.
I'm mildly proud.
Shut up, you.
You know, it's been hard work. There's been a lot of crap gone on over the last behind the scenes that people don't know about. A lot of shit we've had to deal with, and
you know,
and I'm still glad we're here and we're still kicking and we're still enjoying it. And as far as I'm concerned, we're here for the long haul still.
Yeah,
I don't know what the long
getting
haul
rid
is,
of us.
because 6 years is pretty long.
In some schemes, in others, not so much.
And still, the plan is the next time we get out there is to get in touch with Universal and do this show live from the broadcast studio in the park.
That would be awesome.
Because I am actually friends with the guy who runs that, and he's like, you should reach out because they're a lot more open to having people recording here now. So it's definitely a possibility.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up the episode. I'm going to do the usual mushy thing at the end of this. 6 years, 250 episodes. We've made a lot of friends and a lot of family over that time. When Tracy and I come over to Orlando now, we're not going to Orlando, we're going home.
Yeah.
I think I said it when we came back last time. I could go into my hometown and walk around for 3 hours and not bump into a single person I know. We went to Universal Orlando for a week and didn't go a single day without bumming into somebody we knew.
Yeah, probably at least every couple of hours.
Which is crazy.
It's great
to think that. But obviously, Darren Hunter, you put up with a lot of crap off me. I know that. I know I'm a hard taskmaster.
They don't have to live with you.
I know I can be a pain in the ass, and it's not because I want to be a pain in the ass. It's because I love this
Because
so
you've
much
got the passion.
that I want it to be the best it can.
We know that.
So if I you're off,
Tough.
it's all with it's all done with love, and I know I do. I'll hold my hands up. I'm not blind to myself, but everybody, all the Producers Club members, I'll put it out there. The Producers Club, it has officially started at this point, but if you still want to be in, drop us an email at podcast@uopodcast.com. And you can be part of our little exclusive group. But, you look at the people, Bill Cade, Mike Aiello, Laura Wallace, Michael Roddy. We've even had the former chairman of Universal Orlando, Skip Sherman, on the show.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
And even after 6 years, I sit down before every interview and
You wet yourself
sick
a little
to
bit,
my
don't
stomach.
you?
I still get dead nervous. Still.
Yeah.
It's been an awesome ride. Actually, I'm surprised that one of the 3 episodes, the documentary episodes I did over Christmas, I'm so proud of them as well.
Yeah, you should be.
And I know I put a lot of work into it, but it wouldn't be what it is without everybody that contributed to it. And the fact that there's one person on this call and one person attached onto this call that ended up in tears recording those segments and even ended up with me in tears with the pair of them.
Oh.
And Nina was the funniest one because Nina, before I asked her what her memory was, she said she didn't know. And then she just started talking and this memory came flooding in and the pair of us were, in floods by the end of it. I don't know what else to say. Anyone else want anything to say? Because I feel like I've been talking and no one else has for a while.
Well, that's just you, isn't it, dear? Sorry, Hunter?
No, I'm just, I kind of feel like I've said everything as far as just very fortunate as far as how the show's grown, just to everybody that's been listening. And I'm, most importantly, I'm grateful for the relationships I've been able to form with you three.
And we've been so lucky because we haven't gone looking for people. When me and Tracy started this show, it was something we eventually knew would happen, that we would have a third or a fourth host on, ideally located around the Orlando area, just to give us that boots on the ground thing. But Hunter, you came along and just fit in so well, and then to say Darren again, it wasn't a case of we went looking. It was just like when Hunter went on the Disney College program, we were looking. We need that third person. Who do we think? And that thought process didn't go beyond you.
No.
It was Darren.
We just knew you'd be a perfect fit.
He knows us. We know him. We have a relationship with him. He's the perfect person. It was never in doubt to look anywhere else but that. No. And then the night we were supposed to record our first episode with Darren, Tracy and I were exploding from both ends.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
We were very, very ill that night. That episode's still out there.
It was really a case of ice in the kicker.
Yeah.
I was already so nervous to do it anyways for the first time.
I think if you go back and listen to that, I think it'll have been episode 11 or 12, something along those lines. Tracy and I, we recorded it 2 or 3 days later just to get an episode out. It's like, hello everyone and welcome to the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. Hello Tracy. Hello.
And I've never been right since.
Oh, no, maybe that's what it was. Anyway, I will put a call out to the listeners. We really appreciate it if you've been listening to the show for one episode or all 250. Please go. Oh, I know people that have found us recently and gone back right from the start. Wow, yeah.
Buggers.
Please, if you're on iTunes, go over, leave us a rating, leave us a review and subscribe, and it'll really help let other people know that what we're doing and that we are someone that you potentially might find all right.
Yeah.
So for episode 250, our what was it? Was it a semi-quincentennial?
Yes,
that's
the one.
It doesn't sound right. Yep, our semi-quincentennial episode. Darren, thanks for being a part of the show for all this time.
Thank you.
Hunter, again, same to you, buddy. It's been a blast.
Anytime.
And Tracy, you deserve it more than anybody.
Yes, I do.
That's going to do it for episode 250. We will be back next with our next week with our usual shenanigans. So for Tracy, Darren and Hunter, I am Lee, and you have been listening to episode 250 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast.
We love you guys.
That's it for another Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a rating and a review. Listen to us on Stitcher, Google Play, and all your podcast apps. Email us with any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com, or even better, record your message at speakpipe.com/UUOpodcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Check out our blog for even more content at uuopodcast.com. Well, that's a wrap. See you next week.